Hey world, I'm Legend Knight, and this is Collect Call with my dad, Suge Knight. What you are about to hear is conversations, raw and uncut, about the life of my father and our family legacy moving forward, and his wisdom and experiences over time. He will be honest, vulnerable, and express his state of mind with you on this podcast series. We will be answering everything that you guys want to know, no filter and no lies. History will be made. On Collect Call with my dad, Suge Knight. Love you, twin.
This is Global Tel-Link. You have a prepaid call from
Suge Knight.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, dial 5 now.
It's Suge Knight. You know, it's very important to me that I do the best I can to do my part. And my family is telling me, having my back, saying a lot of people been asking for requests. And a woman said that she wanted me to talk about all the artists was on Death Row, good and the bad. So I'm here to do the best I can to help the culture. Death Row Records. First artist up the bat was Andre Young, Dr. Dre. I met this young man and took him through a journey and got him off Ruthless, where he never would have had a career in life. He never would have met the people he met through his journey through me. But he deserved that. Because what's good about him, he was a listener. He did want to grow. And he was one of the best DJs around. That's not putting him down. A great DJ. He knew the right records to play to make people dance. So he knew the right records to sample to make people listen. By being a great DJ, that made him a great mixer. Even though he don't play instruments, he don't write lyrics, but he's one of the best DJs, mixers around. But one thing about Dre that was good, actually great. When I tell him, man, we can do this, it's going to be a fight. He trusts me enough to let me go fight for him. At the time, he wanted to buy a house and trust me enough to get that bread to him, give him that bread to put down on that house, and get him a car. And he didn't have a problem working with any person that I brought there. We felt it was better for the label. He was willing to learn. When we got ready to do the project for his Death Row, him and DLC wanted to name it Future Shock. I wanted to name it Death Row Records. Once again, I felt he respected me enough to go with my decision. So it became Death Row Records. Big Griffey had Solar Records, and we was working out of Galaxy Studio, which was big studio. Trying to get Dre to do a solo album, it was an uphill battle. So they had a sound called Deep Cover. I went with Big Griffey and Bill Duke and those guys, and I watched the movie. I was able to tell the writers and Snoop and talked to Dre, everybody about the movie. So that being said, we came up with 187 on the Undercover Cop, which provided so much to start Death Row. It provided money, and it provided credibility. That was like one of the number one songs out. So we was on our move. That's when we decided to work on the Chronic. So working on the Chronic, we put a lot of time in it. We put a lot of work in it. We also went to war. I went to war. But Dre didn't run. He kept listening. He stayed down. We made an incredible album. Only bad thing about him, he's a bitch beater. He beat up bitches. He didn't believe in God. I don't know if he believes in God now because I haven't spoke with him. I know back then when he was around me, he did not. He stole people credit. All the stuff that other people produced, he said he did. When we had Ruthless, Eazy would get demo tapes for other people. Instead of them saying, hey, demo was good or bad, they'd take their hooks, they'd take their samples, and they'd steal it from them. We Want Eazy was made for a woman. That never got the track because they gave it to Eazy. So on and so on and so on. Only bad thing about it, he had no loyalty. He had a drug dealer. Gave him all the drugs he needed in the world because he a dope fiend, basically. He turned his son onto his drug dealer. His drug dealer gave his son, sold his son some drugs, and his son died, OD, dead. He didn't stop dealing with his drug dealer. He ain't lay him down either. He still do business with him. No loyalty. Co-status. Who also was Puffy. There's a lot of pressure in the industry. Especially when you live in double lives, you know. And I knew Andre lived a double life. But at the same time, you can't take nothing from the man's talent. And you can't say he's a bad person or a good person, as long as he stand on who he is. You know, there's been times where there was a guy, David Ruffin Jr. They met, they started hanging out. He sung on Gin and Juice.
It's cool with him too. All of these cats, they all know who the fuck I am. And they all know what the fuck I did. Nobody made that song but me. If it wasn't for me, Dre changed one word in the car. Dre changed one word. He said, you should say, instead of gin and sacco, because that's what I had got turned on to, you should just say juice. I was like, that's juice? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, that's dope, because he had turned me on to that weekend or recently. And I was like, wow, gin and sacco, something that West Coasters grew up on. That was a first, like, Thunderbird. So he was like, just say juice. I was like, that's dope.
And everybody on Death Row said it was. I went in the room with them, so I can't say it was or not. But all the artists, pretty much everyone said they was. So when everybody started asking Dre about the shit, like, you and that dude fucking, you know, it seemed more like that's a friendship. He living with you and all kind of shit. When everybody kept talking about it.
When I met Dre, it was at Doolittle's or Doodles, and that nigga had on a silver outfit. That nigga was wearing glitter. I'm like, shit, for real? He was there. I thought he was a gay nigga. A DJ. I thought, man, them niggas was clowns. Them niggas was clowns. So when I seen that movie, they all Death Row beating up niggas, socking niggas. Dre, you know when you see this, if you ever hit any one of them big niggas, you'd have got your ass whooped like the rest of them niggas. got their ass whooped. Use a clown and you know it. Stop it.
And Dre not the type of motherfucker gonna confront a motherfucker about it, tell him to go. He gonna get loaded and laugh about it. So he ended up getting one of the guys out the Dog Pound crew. He said, look, man, I'm gonna leave the door open. Whoop his ass. I'm tired of this gate around my house. So he opened the door, looked him downstairs, they beat the shit out of him and shit. That was into him. I wasn't there to witness it. That's what everybody said. So he says that him and David Geffen was lovers. When that went bad, it went bad. There was a guy named Bruce. He met Bruce at a Chippendales. He was a stripper for Chippendales or something. Next thing you know, Bruce was living in his house. Next thing you know, they besties. Next thing you know, they dress alike. Next thing you know, everybody said they was fucking. Next thing you know, he was taking care of Bruce. And that went bad. Everybody knew the truth.
This summer is a busy one, so I don't have extra time for grocery shopping or to be grinding away in the kitchen. I've been letting Home Chef do the heavy lifting for me, so I get to enjoy being out in the beautiful weather and can still come home to a quick and delicious meal. My fiance Brett lives for Mexican food, and so far she's been raving about the one-pan turkey burrito skillet. She always upgrades to ground beef for, as she calls it, an extra flair. Home Chef provides fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes conveniently delivered to your doorstep. It really simplifies your cooking experience. One of the best things about Home Chef is its extensive variety. With over 30 options a week and a commitment to serving various dietary needs, you can find something that suits your taste and all your family members. Not only is it convenient, but it's economical too. Home Chef customers save an average of $86 per month on groceries. So for a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life. And of course, free shipping on your first box. Go to homechef.com/Suge. That's homechef.com/Suge for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. You heard that right. homechef.com/Suge. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert. How closely do you track your bank statements and credit card history? I mean, are you combing through every single charge on a regular basis, or do you just assume everything's fine until you notice something weird? I mean, honestly, I don't have time to watch my accounts that closely, but now that I'm using Rocket Money, it does all that for me, so I don't have to worry about it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. With Rocket Money, I have full control over my subscriptions and a clear view of my expenses. I can see all my subscriptions in one place. If I see something I don't want, Rocket Money can help me cancel it with a few taps. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is submit a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. They'll deal with customer service for you. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of 500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's features. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Suge. That's rocketmoney.com/Suge. rocketmoney.com/Suge.
So, besides just hiding and living a double life, you don't know who you really dealing with. If you got a man, either a man gonna be a woman or you gonna be a man. But if one day he acting like a bitch, the next day acting like a man, it's hard to have a healthy working relationship because they're bitter. And I think one of the main reasons that he's a woman beater, because a lot of men who's gay, they want to be a woman, but they can never be a woman because they weren't born a woman. And in the industry in those days, you can't be a gangster rapper and you like men. So the drugs and the alcohol was their escape, but they was always jealous of women. So any little thing a woman do, they gonna beat the dog shit out of them. It's different than grabbing a woman and throwing them down. Shit. Trey done beat the shit out of them so bad, he'd make that ass whooping that Puffy gave Cassie look like rated PG. Trey is rated R, rated XX, adults only. Shit. And it just all ends up in the hospital. Cassie just got her feelings hurt, lumps and bruises. But those are the things that I would say fucked up the label, still fucked up the label. That's why it got to be canceled, because there's too many situations where these major guys who run the majors, these corporations, they put these artists and these business guys in uncompromised positions. And they use those things to control them. It's just like at the end of the day, my publishing company is Suge's Publishing. I use my own money, my own shit to start Suge's Publishing. When I went to prison, I did Dre and Doc a deal with Epic. Well, they published it. They got the money. They couldn't recoup the money from Dre's publishing because he don't write lyrics, and all the music he does is samples, so it's not worth that much. But they use Suge Publishing to recoup and pay his debt off, and give probably about some $20 or $30 million of mine to him. And when I got ready to confront him about it, they got a restraining order against me, where nobody I knew could talk to him or speak to him.
How you guys found out about that restraining order, if it was indeed true?
Yeah, actually, I think, I know Suge never got served, but I do know it was filed that he did an order of protective to him. Because, you know, Suge came home August of 2001. They were fearful, you know. We had threw our little jabs on little music and, you know, little songs and stuff like that, but they were actually fearful.
If they do, by me being on parole, I was going to go to jail for a year, or back to prison for a year. And I think they did it in ways. Like I was at the Source Awards, not the Source Awards, the Vibe Awards. So in the Vibe Awards, Quincy Jones was on stage telling how great a producer Andre is. Sitting with his wife, I walks over to him and say, I was going to ask you for an autograph, but instead I want to give you this. He socked him about 4 or 5 times before the green jacket security came and grabbed the guy. They took him in the back or whatever. They tried to use that to send him to prison. All these type of things that we go through that nobody never knows. I mean, it's a constant struggle by putting a label together and trying to keep everybody friends. Jay Flex, he wrote Dre Bus on California Love and pretty much a lot of stuff he did. If he didn't write it, it was Doc or somebody else writing it, because he don't write lyrics. But at the same time, keep your head ringing, what's going on Sam Snead's album. But when Dre heard it was a hit song and Kid was doing the soundtrack, he took that whole song and redid it. He did the lyrics, basically, in his own vocals. He got the credit. Sam Snead got nothing. A lot of these things would happen, and people were like, well, why is these people letting Dre, anybody else, look over their publishing and take their songs and, you know, keep putting their career on hold?
So I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, but when I was coming up the ranks, money wasn't constantly flowing as fast as my dreams were. I used to wish there was a way I could get some financial momentum to help me keep things moving. I wish we had something like Earnin back in those days. So Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. You just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck. Then get your money as you work. There are no mandatory fees to you. You just get to enjoy your money earlier. Any money you access is automatically repaid from your next paycheck. So join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who've made the app a part of their financial routine. Download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in Collect Call under Podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. That's Collect Call under Podcast. Subject to your available earnings, location, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Dre learned from the best. Started with Jerry Heller. Jerry Heller used to kiss Dre in his mouth. Not just Dre, he kissed all over their mouth. And I can't say I wanted to fly in a room in their bedroom, but everybody used to say it was sexual shit going on. And anytime you let a old white man be kissing you on the mouth in front of everybody, I would think the smoke is a fire. If they're kissing, they fucking. And I think that played a big role in transitioning over in the real world. Because once they know that, then Interscope, then the other artists, so now you got everybody just on drugs fucking each other. And the majority of the time, it's man on man. So it put a big, big dark cloud over my company. Because now I'm pushing let's be the best. Everybody have money. Everybody successful and be rich. But blood sticking in water, karma sticking in blood. So the ones who was fucking on each other, they had a private coat going on. And those things affect the artists. Those things had these guys so angry, so upset, they would beat the shit out of bitches. They would beat women to a point where you don't even recognize them. All because they didn't like them. So those things have destroyed what we started and what we believed in. It wasn't about the people. The gay community took over. And it's a real touchy subject because people say, oh, you can't say this, you can't tell the truth. But these same people in the industry, from Dre to Puffy to Meek Mill, and all of them, all these guys who hang with each other, they fucking each other. And it's always been quiet because it starts from the top of the majors, of those big corporations. So when you see all this type of stuff, and you see the Justin Biebers and the Ushers and the Puppies and the Dre's and the Snoops and it's a long list that you have no idea. No idea. So trying to balance that out, it's a hard job. I mean, my job at the label of Death Row was non-stop putting out fires. And I had to do everything myself hands-on because there was too many secrets to have of publicists. There's too many secrets to have managers and all this other stuff. Because everything had to be in a cover-up from cover-up from cover-up. And that's how bad it was. But at the same time, it destroys the culture of hip-hop. It destroys the culture of black people because we steadily starting over. It's never a situation where you find we're growing. We got to keep starting over each time. Each time we getting up the hill, it knocks back down. My thing to you is, I don't know how to tell you each question you want. You let me know what question you need answered. But I'll tell you like this. There was a guy named Collins, was a bass player. Him and Dre started fucking. They start dressing alike. Next thing you know, he headed to Chile, then he moved to Atlanta. And he started in Dallas, Austin. They start dressing alike. He headed to Chile, and next thing you know, who knows? But it's just a big-ass world with a small-ass circle of people who do what they choose to do. That is called the underworld of gangster shit, the underworld of the homosexual shit. With these people say they're not homosexuals, but they're doing activity with men. That's all I got to say to that point.
Alright, Shady, maybe he's right, Brady. But think about the baby before you get all crazy.
Okay, thought about it. Still wanna grab her? Kick her out the house? Get your daughter and kidnap her? That's what I did. Be smart, don't be a retard. You're gonna take advice from somebody who slapped Dee Barnes?
One last thing. Once again, it's Suge night. If you're not driving, close your eyes. I'm going to take you on this journey. The young lady named is Dee Barnes was having an incredible career. Who knows? She could have had a talk show better than anybody out there. Our actress, she was on her way. Ice Cube came on her show. She was hosting Yo MTV Raps. He played. They talked about No Vaseline. She said she liked the song, so she played the song. One night, Andre wanted to go out. These guys didn't go out clubs without making those days. It was a vicious place to go. So I took him to the club. We walked in the club. He see Dee Barnes. Now this woman, the only thing she said was she liked the song. You liked the song? She said, yeah. Now, he didn't go out there and get on the man who wrote the song, who performed the song, or the guy who produced the song. It's her job to comment on the song. So when he see this woman, he dope themes her. She over there talking. He walks over to her, sock her. That she's gonna fall down. He's whooping her ass. He beating the shit out of her. If it was a Mike Tyson fight, you know that's my boy. Give it up to Mike. And if Mike can knock a motherfucker out, he get this shit beat out of him. So imagine Mike Tyson beating up, well, we ain't gonna use Mike, but Andre beating Dee Barnes up like she a man. And she don't know what's going on, where it's coming from. She probably pissed herself, shit herself a little bit, not trying to put her down, but he's beating the shit out of her. So when everybody starts seeing how bad he's beating her, and they pause for a second, he paused for a second like that, damn. When she gets up, she takes off running. And she runs to the first place she thinks she's safe at. She runs in the women's restroom. When she runs in the women's restroom, he follows her. When I go in behind her, she's trying to hide all in the stall where they use the restroom at. He beats the shit out of her. And it reminds me of the Scarface movie when his sister ran in the restroom with a guy and Scarface came rushing in there, but Scarface didn't beat his sister up. But same scene, he rushed in there aggressively and he kicks that stall door when she's trying to hide from him. She had no place to run, no place to go, but she's trying to hide all by the toilet. He kicking her, he's stuffing her, he's hitting her. To the point I had to stop him and drag his ass out of there. Get your punk ass out of here. Leave this woman alone. Beat the dog shit out of her. It's not like he had a relationship with her. Now, weird ass, puffy ass, he had a relationship with Cassie. And it don't make it no better. I'm not saying he should have been beating her ass like that, but who knows what they was arguing about, if there was a dope dance or whatever was going on. Who knows? It's called domestic violence. Andre's situation, you beating the dog shit off this black woman who's trying to make a life for herself. She didn't do anything wrong. You beat her, you embarrassed her. Not only did you destroy her career, you pretty much destroyed her life. She probably got the worst case of PTSD than any motherfucking body. She probably hears this motherfucker rapping or getting a star or being on stage. Every time she see this motherfucker, she probably shakes her, piss on herself. It probably brings back I've been around a long time. I done seen men get their ass whooped. I done seen women get their ass whooped. I done seen motherfuckers get packed out. I done seen people get jumped in the game. I done seen people get beat out the game. But I ain't never seen nobody get their ass whooped like she got her ass whooped. After all that, no arrest, no nothing. She complained about it. So I took my bread, and I'm responsible too. I'm thinking about, I got this album coming out on this boy. He recorded my shit. So I took my money, hired this woman attorney who worked out a deal where he didn't have to go to prison, he didn't have to do no jail time, he didn't have to do none above. But I paid the money to the attorney and paid the money to Dee to settle. One of the agreements was he never talk about this again. Now, I'm going to show you the first time he put out an album with Eminem. Eminem turns around and says, "Oh, Mr. NWA beat the shit out of Dee Barnes," and all this type of shit. He takes her, he embarrasses her again. He brings it up. She has kids for the whole world to see. And guess what? He's not going to get penalized because he got the white sheet around him. Not because he's dead, because he's up under the umbrella. If he look bad, they look bad. If he lose money, they lose money. Because it's not like he owns this shit. He's just the front man. He's just the face plant. He on his knees. If he ain't begging these motherfuckers on his knees, he's giving them head while he's on his knees. But it's true. Now, besides all that, now you gotta look at it like this. Ricky Harris, Tada! Rest in peace, Tada, that was the homie. He destroyed his life. Destroyed his marriage. According to him. We had Cat Williams' house playing basketball. You know, Cat liked to play that basketball, so he weighed Ricky out. Ricky tired. He said, "Man, look, it's not hearsay. It's his mouth to my ears." He said, "Look, Trey beat the shit out of my wife. I said, do something to him." Everybody said, "Kick back." He said, "My wife looking at me like, you my husband and the father of my kids. What's up?" He said, "They didn't supposed to bring up how he beat her up and all this stuff. It's supposed to be in a gag order or protective order, however you want to put it." He's clowning, making fun of it. He said, "Fine, that's what shit is. It's time for you to be a man and go handle your business. Take off first and whip his ass." He said, "That's what I was going to do." He said, but Snoop came and talked to me and said, "Man, we all from Long Beach, you the homie, and blah, blah, blah. You can't do nothing to Dre. If you do something to Andre, it's bad. And if you do something to him, we ain't going to be putting you in no videos in the future, movies in the future." He had a sad-ass look on his face. I think his words talking to me was looking for comfort. He had the most saddest look on his motherfucking face, like he was about to cry. Matter of fact, he did tear you up. He said, "Now I can't do nothing. She looking at me like I ain't shit, sort of fucking my marriage up. I'm over here with other bitches because I can't be happy with her because all this crazy shit." I said, "Because you need to man up." "That's what you mean?" I said, "Knock on the door and beat his motherfucking ass and show your wife you did to him what he did to her." He said, "But Snoop and them saying this, Snoop and them saying that." Not too long after that, he died. Young man, heart attack or whatever, it was health reasons. Stressed the fuck out. Not only did Andre strip Dee Barnes from a career and being happy, he took Ricky Harris' life by putting too much pressure on him, stressed the man out. It's like a slave man watching a slave owner rape his wife, and then he got a hugger. He got his wife get the dog shit eat out of her bears, and let him come back and clown. They haven't gave her a penny. In reality, they should have paid her every motherfucking thing. And she got to still look at him, get a star, get worship, get praise. It's the signs are there. You don't like women, you definitely don't like black women or black people. But you can't say you don't beat white women too, because Nicole, his ex-wife, was white. He beat the dog shit out of her. Not one woman he ever ran across that he didn't beat. When he turned around and get a star, you don't see his white kids. You see his white kids there, but you ain't gonna see not one black child there. Never. But he can be a USC, and then Jimmy can have their name on a building, and USC punish these black people, punish the athletes. Say it's a situation where they have opportunities, but it's not the same opportunity when it comes to these people. We want to get it right. Sometimes it takes somebody else to get on the motherfucker's ass. Stand up. More power to the women. Suge Knight. I'm out.